Hello, Namaskar. Welcome you to the SAAR Analysis. I am Chaman Naik and here's my take. Well, the perception is simple. When a country is sanctioned, it becomes economically isolated. But what if the sanction do not isolate the power like Russia? What if they redirect its money to rise into another power? And here's the number. India-Russia trade crossed roughly around 65 billion in 23 and 24, largely powered by Russian crude oil flowing into India. Now ask yourself, if billions of dollars worth of trade cannot easily return to Russian in dollars or euros, where does the money go? Well, the answer may lies in Indian port, industrial zone, biotechnology labs and agricultural future. Let's dig it out. Here's what evidence speaks about. Russia has accumulated a large volume of rupees through its expanding trade with India. Well, under the rupee-rouble settlement agreement, Moscow receives Indian currency for energy exports. But those rupees cannot simply be converted and moved globally like a dollar, but it has created another system in it itself. Well, they has created an unusual geopolitical equation. Well, Russia has money in India and India has an infrastructural ambition. And both countries have a reason to make their arrangement work. Now, Moscow is now exploring investment in India's ports, special economic zones, biotechnology, healthcare, agriculture, and infrastructure. Well, this is not just about oil payments, it's about converting a currency constraint into strategic partnership. Now, the question arises why this matters. Well, India is not merely buying discounted Russian oil, it is attempting to turn the proceeds of that oil trade into long-term domestic capacity. Now think about the sectors being discussed. Ports determine the trade routes, special economic zones determine the manufacturing power, biotechnology determines your health security, and agriculture determines the food resilience. Now India's program alone involves more than 800 port-led development projects. Now if Russian rupees are being flowing into the system, India could gain the capital for infrastructure, while Russia could gain a practical destination for the funds that might otherwise remain trapped. Now, this is the diplomacy with a balance sheet. Now, the question arises why it matters. For West, India remains a critical Indo-Pacific partner. For Russia, India remains one of the most important markets outside the Western financial system. And for India, neither relationship requires surrender. In fact, New Delhi is choosing a block and it is choosing its strategic flexibility. And while the several nations are being pushed into geopolitical camps, India is building a commercial bridge across them. Now here's my take. India's strength is not to avoid geopolitical storm. It is the strength that has learned to extract opportunity from that storm. Well, the Russia's rupees can become Indian ports, Russian oil trade could strengthen India manufacturing, and the sanctions era payment could be long-term strategic asset. Well, the bigger question is no longer whether India can remain neutral or not, but the bigger question is, as the world divides into competitive camp, is India quietly becoming one country that every camp will need? Let me know in the comment section, and that's all from today's analysis. I will be back with another episode. Till then, thank you for watching this.